Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about my G35. This is just to prove to you guys that we don't only work on Miatas, we have real cars too. And this video is called Things to Expect When Buying a G35. First thing to look out for, and unfortunately this isn't something you can test on a test drive, oil consumption. These engines, especially in G35s and in 350Zs, since it's a more sporty car, they get beat on quite a bit, and oil consumption is a pretty big problem. The most I've ever seen is 1,000 miles, and that's quite a bit of oil going through your engine. And like I've said, unfortunately this isn't one you can test on a test drive. So ask the previous owner and see what they say. Sometimes it could be easily repaired with an oil catch can. Other times, if it's the rings or the valve seals, you're out of luck. That's going to either need a rebuild or, in my case, a brand new engine. Another thing to look out for, window motors. Since these are the biggest, one of the biggest windows that Nissan and Infiniti makes, these window motors take a crap easily at 60,000 miles. So if you're buying one with more than that, or at around that mileage, ask if the window motors have been replaced, because if not, chances are you're going to have to do it, and maybe more than once. I've had two G35s. I've had to replace window motors in both of them. This one needed two. They were pretty bad. And they're not cheap, $150 a piece. Alright. Another thing you want to check for is if the sunroof works. Now if it doesn't work, or if it's getting stuck and clicking, there are a few fixes, but chances are you're going to need a new sunroof. And they're not very cheap. Maybe you'll be able to score one from a boneyard. But sometimes it's as easy as tightening up a motor, because these will vibrate loose. But in my case, I have the tracks that are literally broken. They're snapped in half. There's nothing I can do except just hold it in place, and my sunroof doesn't work. Another pretty important thing, if you're buying a 2003 or 2004 G35 or 350Z, make sure the third gear works. Sometimes it starts grinding. In my case, it's not there. That's third gear.
Clutch in.
Neutral. Clutch is out. I have no third gear. I've never seen anything like it. The good news is it's a pretty torquey motor. It'll go second to fourth, no problem. Honestly, the windows not working is a bigger hassle than this no third thing. But it still sucks, and replacing a transmission, if you can't do it by yourself, it's not cheap. Put a few dents in it last night, know what I'm saying? Another thing that goes wrong on these G35s are the lock actuators. The motors just don't have the strength to open and close the door anymore. And when they go bad, you always have to get inside and open the passenger door for your friends, and the key fob won't work either, since the actuator doesn't have enough strength to actually push the door to unlock the door. New actuators are pretty expensive. Luckily there's a few how-tos and a few DIY videos on how to make your own actuator. It only costs about $5 per door, and this is what it is. You buy a generic actuator, make a mounting bracket, and then you mount it to the locking mechanism. And then you just wire it into the stock wires. So you're just replacing your actuator. Everything else is the same. And it's a pretty cheap way to fix this problem.